Hello, welcome to Gentle Beginner. Today is Tuesday, and today I've been reading a lot of your feedback, emails, requests. So, a lot of the students requested me to do a gentle class as I do them in Drishti. This is more than my pleasure and my joy. Today, share with you a gentle class. Why sometimes I don't teach them often online is because many of you don't have the props, which is the long bolster and the soft cushion. I already show once how with thick blankets you can roll them on a tight roll. They need to have high density, and cotton or beach towels can also give you a very good result. So you can tie them on a big bun, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and you can simulate the bolster so you can run right away, get your props ready, and if you happen to have your props, bring them out. We're going to use them today. I like to work these classes with bolster, cushion, and maybe couple blankets for different areas. This is a perfect class for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're beginner, it doesn't matter if you're intermediate, it doesn't matter if you're advanced. What matters is that you have in you the desire to relax and to do other styles of yoga to bring the energy down and help you to cool off. So we're going to start in our backs today. We sometimes don't have time to go on your backs. And this is why I ask you to have an extra set of blankets. We're going to do supported Matsyasana. I'm going to show you how the props go one by one. So the first prop is going to be this little bit of a cushion. Second one is the bolster. And third one will be the thickest of your blanket. Folds nicely in few layers so you create another cushion. This is a very thick blanket that I have at home that happens to work wonderfully right here. And here you go, it creates like another cushion. Now you're going to work with the thickness that you think is right. I think for me this is too high. So this will be a good level to keep my back in check. We're going to sit on top of that cushion. And as you know, always we're going to let our body carefully relax back towards, have your other blanket handy by the way, down, down, down into the props, into the cushion, and relax. I think this is really one of my absolute favorite asanas ever. And there are so many things you could do with your legs. You know, my style of teaching gentle yoga is a combination of hatha, gentle stretches, with restorative, in combination with gentle yin. So I'm going to give you restorative, which is using the props with some yin yoga as well. So we're going to bring the feet together, scoop the tailbone away, and relax the knees sideways, doing a prolonged reclined butterfly, which is going to open your hips and your pelvis. Your head is nicely propped by the bolster. What happens if you start feeling tension on the neck curve in case that your chin is facing up the ceiling, which is the case of a lot of people with chronic tightness on the shoulders? Very, very easy. What you're gonna do is grab your blanket, fold. This is a thinner blanket, as you can see, so the little roll is not too thick. And those are cushy, so they can adapt to the weight of the curve you want to adjust. Pick up your head. And if your neck feels tension, you're going to prop the curve of your neck, letting your arms relax. This is a good practice to restore your curves in your back. There are students that are very rigid on their spine and they have no pain. If that's your case and you would like to, You could lift up your glutes, go directly all the way down into the floor, and work a deeper arch in your back. But of course, that might not work for everybody, and I can tell you that if you have a hypermobile lower back, you're much better working as we started with the blanket there. This is for me my favorite way to work, as I'm already very open on the lower back, and right now I just want to focus on open on the chest and the hips and drop your arms. You're more than welcome to close your eyes if you want to. In any moment, a prolonged holding on butterfly feels uncomfortable in your groins or your knees, you can alternate and you can do half of the holding on butterfly, half of it with knees bent, no problem. On the next inhale, you're going to bring the knees back into the center. And on the exhalation, you're going to open the knees and take a moment right here. I'm going to give a second variation for 1 more minute. And he's working your hips the other way, opening legs wide apart, letting the knees go in, and as you go in, just stretch inner legs and let the legs be heavy, let the arms relax. If this produces pain on the knees, then you can return to just knees bent. If this is feeling nice and juicy on your hips and thighs, then hold it. Continue breathing all the way up to your chest, to the top of the heart. Keep breathing, keep resting. This is the point of gentle and restorative. There are very few asanas with very long holdings and things that feel nice. You're not going to hold for a long period of time things that feel awful or that are hurting you. So make sure that every single holding is pleasant, is kind, is abundant, and generous. Principle and gentle yoga. Now on the next inhale, allow the knees get into the center. And on the exhalation, bring the legs in and in. Good. And let's remove carefully first the prop from underneath the neck. And now let's roll over to one side. And moving right here, the cushions, moving the bolsters. And this is sometimes the difficult part of working gently, is to manage the props all over around. Right here. Go back to your back. Head on the ground. Hug the knees to your chest. And feel how nice that feels for your back. Rock side to side. Shoulder to shoulder. Take a deep inhale, canter pose a little bit into your neck, and on the exhale, bring your forehead up gently. Take another inhale right here. On the exhale, put your head down into the floor. Relax your legs down into the floor. And as the legs relax down into the ground, remember my style, a little bit of teaching gentle yoga. If you join my classes in Drishti, is not having one restorative class after the other restorative class. The offerings are is a little bit of yin, a little bit of yang. So follow up this. I would like to invite you to do Setu Bandha, spinal lift. Now, if you're in an absolute restorative mode, what I can ask you to do is to bring the bolster, bring it underneath your lower back and holding here for a few breaths. That's something that we'll do in restorative yoga. And I love restorative yoga too, so you might choose to stay here. If you want a little bit more, creating space for your neck, chin tucked in slightly, press your feet down underneath the knees. And you can do the lift of your prop, remove it to your side, and switch into a gentle spinal lift, Hatha style Setu Bandha. Mobilization gently of your shoulders, keeping yourself up, keeping the knees hip width apart, feet on the ground, arms by your sides. Carefully here on the next inhale, bring your arms up to the ceiling, lift up. And on the exhalation, bring your arms by your sides, lifting the spine up. Inhale one more time, picking your arms, lift them up. Exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. One more time. Do it once more. Inhale. And on the exhalation, finish arms by your sides. Good job, lifting your glutes up a little bit deeper. Last call, if you want a little bit of more stabilization in yang, you bring your arms underneath your body. This is called arms in mudra. When you do arms in mudra, you're going to tuck shoulder blades in. Extend your arms out and lift the glutes. Go up. Rise. Hold in here, knees hip width apart. Lift up your glutes as much as you can. Chin tucked in slightly, almost done. Of course, in my gentle class, sometimes you work a little bit, not too much though. Inhale, last time, breathe. Release, and on the exhalation, we're gonna go down, down, down on the ground. Good job. Bring the knees into your chest. Good. Hug the knees nice and tight into your chest. Inhale. And on the exhalation, forehead up to the knees. Now bring your head down. And we're gonna roll into the right side into fetal position. As you roll into fetal position right here, we're going to try to bring one knee on top of the other. Extend now the right arm underneath you. Close the left arm underneath you. One hand touching each other, careful with your shoulders. On the next inhale, we're going to bring now the left arm up to the ceiling. Start turning your chest up. Keep the right shoulder down. And on the exhale, turn your body sideways, open the spine. On the next inhale, you're gonna pick your arm up. Lift. Right halfway. Careful with the shoulder on the ground. Stabilize it so on the exhale doesn't hurt you when you close down. No pain on the shoulder. One more time before we land into a twist. Knee on top of knee, hand on top of hand. Inhale, let's go up, lift up, rise up. And on the exhale, keep the right shoulder on the ground. Lean on the ground and look over to the left hand. And now try to stay here, keeping your twist nicely level. You're going to try to bring one knee on top of the other, one foot on top of the other. You can bring your top hand on your knee, extend your arm out sideways. Breathe all over your side body. I love this very gentle little sequence. You're probably not doing too much jumping, too much going up and down, but you are doing things that feel good into your body. And sometimes if you have very young personalities, very athletic personalities, having a happy medium is so wise. Now let's finish up in here, extending your arm by the side. Take another inhale, and we're going to finish as we started on the exhale, returning yourself down sideways. Right from here in fetal position, return yourself into center, rock side to side, shoulder to shoulder. Go back to center, take a deep inhale. On the exhale, bring your forehead up, rise up, make yourself tiny, tiny, ever so small. Good. Nice. Bring your head down on the floor. And we're going to open your arms one more time, like your shoulders. Opening into these beautiful 90-degree angles. Right here, take a deep inhale, and we're going to allow ourselves go down into fetal position, this time to the left side. Good. Remember, you have one hand on top of the other. The shoulder that is on the ground is stabilized, so there's no pain. You're going to take a deep inhale. You're going to bring your arm up, up, up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, you're going to open chest and face to the side, feeling the stretch all over your pec. On the next inhale, you're going to bring your arm up, up. And on the exhale, close your hand down to the floor. Inhale one more time. Pick your arm, lift, lift, lift. And on the exhale, open, open. And this time you're going to stay here. Putting your hand one line with your shoulder. Bringing your hand on the top knee and letting the legs be heavy into the ground. Nice and comfortable, trying to keep the shoulder down into the floor, hand into the top knee. all depending into your neck. Some people like to twist the neck. Some people prefer to keep it center. Your body, your yoga. Do whatever feels right for your body. This restful moment, this still moment, shouldn't be pain anywhere. Quite the opposite is pleasant. Holding perhaps a little bit longer than it will be a normal hatha class. We're gonna extend your arm one more time. You take a deep inhale. You're gonna pick up your arm up, up, up. On the exhale, careful on your shoulder. You close as you started with the tight fetal position. Take a deep inhale. Return your knees back to the center. On the exhalation, we're going to bring your forehead up towards the knees, nice and tall. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your head down into the floor. Now, as you hold in here, we're going to do another yin comfortable pose. So let me put my head back, my headset back into my pocket. We finished going into twist. Head still into the ground, legs still into the ground. Let's find the correct prop in here. And for this one in particular, I'm going to offer a bigger prop, the bolster, this one. If you don't have a bolster, remember, create it with your beach towel so it can be pleasant and comfortable. Getting ready. Pick up the pelvis, take another inhale, rise, and you're going to try to go rise high enough like when we did a moment ago. Your spinal left, so you bring it up, up, up here, and now you let the hips release down into the beautiful prop you have. Now, the next thing we need to watch here is that the lower back doesn't hurt. If your lower back is hurting, I'm almost 100% sure that perhaps you're working the bolster up high into the waist, and that's letting you drop the pelvis and create a deeper arch. This is not what you're looking for. We're going to do waterfall variations. So you pick up the pelvis, roll that block down, bolster down until it's right underneath the sacral dimples. And you can feel right now hip bones right on the back of here are your sacral dimples. That's where you want it, so your spine is nicely propped. Now we're going to start this sequence with something really pleasant right here. That it is called Happy Baby, propped. In Yin Yoga, we call it window pose. So you're going to bring the knees to your chest. Try not to fall off your prop. Open the knees wide and grab the arches of your feet and go up. And just try to have a happy medium where you can work into your hips. And from somebody that has a very open pelvis and this feels too high, you can switch to a smaller prop, the cushion, or to the floor in case that this is not necessary. The reason why I'm offering this variation with such a high prop is to have two parts of your body done at the same time. As you can feel right now,
you're putting a gentle compression on your upper back and mid back as the lower back is lifted against the ground. So somebody that has chronic upper back pain or a deep hunch forward neck, this is part of the yoga that you need to be doing every day. It's extremely restful for your spine, extremely restful for your back, and it feels lovely. Keep pressing on the arches of your feet, keep letting the knees go closer to the ground, and keep breathing. Hold. What a nice sensation on your back. And now we're gonna release this, bring the knees to the center, hug the knees. Bring your arms into the ground, take a deep inhale. And on the exhalation, we're gonna pick up the legs against the wall. We have done yin classes against the wall. They are on the channel. So if you have a wall nearby you, I'll suggest you to go into it. Or you can do it the way I'm doing it, but it'll be a little bit more yin-yang, more gentle, not so much restorative, using a little bit of muscle to contain your leg. Either or is fine. Just make sure you're comfortable and that you create some reverse flow. Some advanced variations, if you don't have contraindication on your shoulders, is cupping each elbow with each palm and letting yourself drop heavy down. The last variation, even more advanced, will be arms completely straight over you. Be careful, don't follow those variations. If from something gentle, it becomes painful. Try to hold in here. Absolutely normal if your finger are getting numb a little bit into the upper body, or if your toes are getting numb into your legs. That's the whole point, to have a reverse flow in your body. Have one last inhale right here. And on the exhale, bring the knees to the chest, hug them in. Again, such a nice stretch for your upper back. We're gonna release the hands by your sides, drop the seat bones down into the cushion, and bring the legs down into the floor. As you go down with the legs into the floor, the next invitation is to do one leg at a time if you're working into a high prop. And if you're very flexible into your lower back, maybe bring the prop tiny bit down. And if you feel okay, extend your legs out fully. And feel all the opening into your pelvis. The combination of all three asanas that we did in the last sequence makes a match made in heaven. We started this with spinal lift. We follow up with the window. We went up into waterfall and we'll finish this with a little bit of a reverse back bend. So one to each other, they become counter poses. So right now, this part is the one that is really stretched. Although there is people with lower back pain because there's not enough gel in between your vertebrae, that might feel this a little bit invasive, you can just bend your knees at any time. Each back have a story, each back have a way of working. Please work the way that feels good. So in this shorter session of gentle beginner, we have work, twist, lift, reverse flow, hip opener, upper body stretch, lower back opener. So quite of a complete mini sequence if you're only cued to start little by little with online yoga. Now right here, bend your knees. Big, delicious moment coming. I'm so visualizing right now our presential classes in Drishti. Every time that I warn you that a good moment was coming, all the faces in you, when you welcome an asana with such a pleasure, such a pleasure. You're gonna bring the knees to your chest with the prop where it is. Oh yes. And letting the prop act like a wedge, huge stretch for midsection, and now big stretch for your back as you squeeze. Breathe in and out. Carefully release one leg at a time, bring them down to the floor. We're gonna work with yang again, so you stabilize your body, you close the muscles, muscular energy to put everything back on their place. Lift up the seat bones, rise up, remove the block from underneath your body. Stay nice and high, arms by your sides. Take a deep inhale. In one vertebrae at the time, go down. Don't rush all the way down into the floor. Once the glutes are down, hug the knees into your chest. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, last time, bring your forehead up to the knees. This time we're going to prop ourselves with hands underneath the shoulders, chin tucked in. Push the neck up so you stretch a little bit. Take one more inhale. On the exhalation, you're going to put your head down into the floor. Grab the long bolster, put it on the ground. And you're going to place it underneath the knee curve. Get your blanket in case that you're a little bit chill. I don't know, this morning in my house it's a little bit cold. And I don't like to be cold when I do Shavasana. And take in consideration that if your body temperature right now is a little bit cold, as soon as you stop moving, it's going to get colder. And when you sometimes get cold, you cannot relax. So get in blankies if you want a blankie or not. Close your eyes, arms by your sides. And there's not much to say after a class as you just had entirely in your back, other than this overwhelming feeling of of gentleness, of rest, of relaxation. I want to say hello to my friend Kathy Byers that I noticed that she subscribed today to the online Drishti channel. Kathy, I ran into you in Walmart today and you asked me, Anna, can you teach a gentle class? Here you are, my friend. This is for you and for everybody that need to be gentle on their souls today. I also send my eternal love to all the students all over the world that I have teach over 20 years that appreciate gentle yoga as a beautiful way to rest. Give yourself this space, give yourself this moment. Relax. Eyes closed. And we're gonna feel how underneath us is something very grounding, something very strong that is able to hold us, the earth, Gaia. So as you let the weight of the body down, feel earth holding you, supporting you. So if you have any worries, if you have right now any thoughts that disturb your peace, let Gaia take you in, hold you in. Rest your heart, rest your soul. Rest a little bit. If you have been angry towards uncertainty, if sometimes not knowing what is in the future provokes in you anger of sadness, please just trust in the next minute that for the next minute, 2 or 5, you have the earth supporting you and holding you. Relax. Relax. Hold your bodies quiet. With this overwhelming sense of relaxation. Start moving your hands and your feet. Hug the knees back into your chest. Roll to the side and bring yourself up. Come up slowly. You spend an entire class on your back. So when you come up, you might feel a little bit wobbly, a little bit groggy, a little bit super relaxed. That was the purpose of this class, feeling super relaxed. Sitting to cross-legged position and straight
straighten the spine, drop the shoulders. To all the gentle lovers, today was a re-encountering with our practices together. Such a pleasure to be here with you. Remember, we're a donation channel. Underneath, you have your donation option. And we're going to be doing more classes with more content. So feel free to write us what you like. We're always listening. Kathy, again, welcome back. And this is a class for you and for all the Drishti lovers of gentle practice. Namaste. This is Ana Paula Hernandez, Director of Drishti Center. See you next time.